I actually like taking the subway.
You like taking the subway?
I like seeing all the different New Yorkers. I think it's like a fun... I really missed it in the pandemic when I was like working at home, you know, not really commuting. And then like as soon as I started commuting to work, I was like, actually, this is like, first of all, New Yorkers are so funny. Like I'm just overhearing like the funniest things. I overheard a teenager say to her friend, "Oh my God, I just remembered sign language for abortion."
Oh,
and
my God.
It's literally like you're grabbing something from your tummy and throwing it away. You know? So I was like, I love New York. You learn something new every day.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh that hard.
It's
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's very funny.
So I enjoy it. You know, but we gotta look out for each other there.
Yeah. I love the bus.
Okay.
I fuck with the bus.
Yeah.
I think I just get claustrophobic now.
That's fair. I mean, it's
ever
like
since
sardines.
COVID,
Yeah.
I get so claustrophobic. Though I don't mind a winter subway. I don't mind when it's cold.
That's
I think
nice.
winter subway is a little romantic.
Okay, yeah. I mean, winter in New York
Gotta,
is
like,
definitely...
rush underground, you know? Like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so cozy.
With my scarf.
Yeah, so cozy. New York is a very Christmassy city.
It is. I'm excited for that.
Oh my God, I keep seeing TikToks of people like playing just the first few notes of that Mariah Carey song.
For the Christmas song?
Yeah.
Ding, ding,
Ding,
ding,
ding, ding. And then it just like fades out into eeriness. We're not quite there yet, guys.
No, we got Halloween. Don't skip Halloween.
Don't skip Halloween.
Gay Christmas.
What are we going to do for Halloween this year?
Well, we're gonna party.
We're going to turn up. Yeah, who should I be?
I've been brainstorming costumes too. I'm usually like have it locked in by August, but
I
this
feel like
year
I'm
sleeping.
definitely a last minute person. Elvira was so inspired
that
though.
out. Yeah.
I turned her out. I really want to be another big titty character.
Yeah.
So
you gotta.
Yeah. Welcome to Bufu, the podcast by us and for you.
It's the podcast where two melanated dykes in New York City share our perfect opinions.
I'm Muna.
And I'm Priya. And today, buffoons, we're going to talk about...
Mormons, plastic surgery, the end of body positivity, enemy of the pod, Eric Adams, and why Ellen DeGeneres continues to be straight.
She can't stop.
She can't stop. She can't help herself.
We've got a packed podcast for you today. Before we get into that, I wanted to share a little culture catch-up moment about a movie I just watched last night called In the Summers. It's incredible. It won Sundance this year.
Won Sundance?
Yeah, so I didn't even know you could win Sundance like that, but they give out awards. And
there's one big one,
yeah,
I think.
Exactly.
The Palme
and so it won that one, and the director, a friend of mine, Alessandra La Corazza, won the Best Director award too. So she's like 2 for 2 at Sundance.
Oh wow!
I know. Shout out to her.
Congratulations to your
Congrats.
friend.
She's so talented.
It's massive.
Yeah, and the movie is playing right now at IFC through the 26th, I think. So it might be too late for you buffoons by the time you hear this podcast, but if you like it, show some love, and hopefully they'll screen it in some other places.
Yeah, did they get distro? Is it going to end up
It's
on
being
Mubi
shown,
or something?
I think in like the major cities right now. Is that elitist of me to say? I think I just mean like LA and New York.
Major markets.
Yeah.
Sure.
It was, I think it's also, being shown at all the film festivals. Yeah, so it's getting a lot of hype. It's a like kind of autobiographical movie about my friend Alex growing up with her sister and visiting her father every summer. It's told in like 4 parts, and it's from like childhood to adulthood, and so really talented child actors in the movie too, like really adorable.
Yeah.
And starring, the father is played by Residente, the like Puerto Rican rapper.
Oh.
Yeah, it's his like first movie and he killed it. Shout out to him. When we caught the screening last night, and Alex was there, and Residente was there too. And so they were both like speaking a little bit about the process.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I really like, it's also really fun to hear about the process because, you know, it's an indie film, so obviously they didn't have a ton of money to make it, but you know, Residente was talking about how it was such a great experience for him because Alex never like rushed him. You know, she really took the time to make sure, you know, we got the scene right, like everyone is feeling comfortable, you know, like it wasn't like the like toxic industry, you know, experience that I think can be the norm in a lot of areas. So, you know, they were really creating some beautiful art there, and I recommend for everyone to check it out.
Oh, that's wonderful. I love independent films.
Yeah.
It's one of the best parts of actually living in New York,
Yes.
in a major city.
Yes.
Okay, is that you get access to films that you can't necessarily find elsewhere. And I really hope that it winds up on streaming somewhere because I know that's like an access thing too. Sometimes it feels like if you miss the limited run, it can be hard to, track things down. But it sounds like a really beautiful film, and I would be interested to hear more about the casting process, like how she landed on, I'm looking forward to seeing it.
Check it out.
I will. So I want to talk to you about, I keep going back to reality TV, but I've been watching a new show on Hulu called The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Wow.
I'm obsessed with the, like, mental gymnastics, I guess, involved. I don't know how much you know about Mormons.
Not much.
They're very it's a very like restrictive society. So obviously they don't drink, they don't smoke, they can't watch like rated R movies.
What? Can they have coffee?
I don't think they can.
Okay.
No,
What?
they can't have coffee. Well, if you like, have you seen those TikToks where it's like it'll be like, you know, they'll go up to like a young Mormon person on a campus, say like BYU or something, and they'll ask them, so would you rather go to war or have a cup of coffee?
Oh, and
they often say war.
What?
They almost always say war.
That's a weird hypothetical question. I feel like
would you kill someone in war, or would you, like, which is worse to you?
Oh, like it's that demonized
It's
coffee?
that demonized.
Okay.
It's kind of like an adult, it's like a weird version of like Disney adult culture almost, where it's like so infantilized, but they're constantly trying to find these loopholes. I guess.
Soaking? Is that Mormons?
Soaking is Mormons.
That's kind of maybe the extent of what I know about Mormons.
Soaking is so gross. Well, first of all, the term.
It is.
Like, that's nasty.
Visceral, yeah.
And the fact that it's like necessarily a 3-person activity.
It is. It's an intimate experience with your best friend.
It's an intimate experience with your best
soaking,
friend.
my understanding of soaking is it's a loophole around having sex.
It is.
Where, you know, so for our buffoons who aren't familiar with soaking, someone, you know, with genitals inserts it in somebody else, and then a third person sits on the bed and like jumps on the bed.
Yeah.
For them to enjoy.
You are not creating the motion. Somebody else is creating the motion by jumping up and down on the bed. Got him. So it's like, but you already you entered.
Yeah, you would think that's what it counts.
I feel like entering is the main thing.
Right.
The penetration is the main thing. But I guess like that's the loophole.
Love a loophole.
Love a loophole. So this show is interesting because there's also degrees of, I guess, strictness of adherence to it. Like there's people who wear connected underwear. Do you know about the Mormon underwear? So it's basically like as I understand it, a t-shirt and boxers, but like as a onesie.
Okay. It's like a jumpsuit?
It's like a jumpsuit, essentially. Like there's weird special underwear that they wear.
Oh. What about when they go to the bathroom? They have to take the whole thing off?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it, but like I think yes. Like that, I assume yes.
Okay.
So soaking, the premise of the show is that there's something called Mom Talk, which is like Mormon TikTok, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And there was a big scandal in the Mom Talk world because they were soft swinging.
The Mormons?
The Mormons were swinging.
Within the Mormon community?
Within the Mormon community. And this came out, and it was like a big scandal online because one of the women involved, someone broke a cardinal rule of like who they were supposed to sleep with. Some boundary was transgressed, and someone went online and got very upset and really just she put everybody on blast. She made it hot. Wow. She made it hot. She said everybody's doing it. She said they're sucking and fucking out here.
Oh my God. Wait a minute. Who's everybody? Where are the Mormons? Are they all in Utah?
Yeah. All of them? Well, no, there's like BYU has a camp, which is Brigham Young University.
Okay.
They're up in Idaho, and they're like in Hawaii too.
Hawaii?
Yeah. Okay. I always thought that was weird. I was like, why is there
Why'd you go
BYU
there?
in Hawaii?
Yeah.
What y'all doing down there? What you doing down there?
Colonizing, probably. Really? Okay, but someone put up their business on blast.
Someone put their business on blast. Everybody got really mad. She even described like the extent to which they were taking it. And I was like, so swinging, what is soft swinging? Yeah. Right? And so I guess it's like everything but sex. It's another loophole.
Oh my God.
Where, you know, if you're giving head, I'm sorry, that's sex.
I think that's sex too.
Because it's right there in the word oral sex.
It's literally in the name.
It's in the name.
I think also when you're gay, sex is more creative. Yeah. And so a lot more things are sex to us compared to straight people.
A mouth is a sex organ. Yeah. A hand is a sex organ.
100%.
So, you know, they were sucking dick, and they were like, you know, soft swinging. I'm
kind of glad for them.
I mean, they're so repressed.
They are repressed. Again. Yeah.
This keeps coming up, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Like, reality TV is just all about, like, taking very repressed people and, like, putting them under a microscope.
100%. I mean, that's the best content, I think.
Check these freaks out.
Yeah.
You know?
It's the underbelly.
And they all look... The thing is, the TikToks they would make would be, like kind of slutty. Like, you know, like they would be doing like
Mormons?
the little, for Mormons, yes. Not slutty for other people, but I think for Mormons a little, I wouldn't say they're modest. Okay. You know, they're doing their little dances. They're like doing their like sad little twerk into the camera. Okay. And they're all very done up too. Like they're not like the frumpy plain Jane.
Is that allowed?
I think it is, like, if you're less conservative. Because it's like, have you ever seen The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Mm-mm. That's kind of where I think the Mormon thing started. But this is not as good. I think that my problem with the TV show is that they never really get into, like, the social dynamics of, like, the soft swinging scandal. Yeah. All they ever do is, like, use that as sort of, like, a jumping off point for other like useless manufactured drama because they clearly don't want to talk about it. So in that sense, it's not super satisfying, but...
And I'm curious, like, you know, in most societies that are oppressed, I imagine the women are more oppressed.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and in this, like, soft swinging phenomenon, like, is that empowering for some of the Mormon women?
I mean...
Because they're polygamous.
Are they? I don't know, maybe actually. Not all of them are.
Okay.
I don't think all of them are.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So these are like more normal Mormons. Okay.
That's so interesting.
Normans.
I don't know if I'll give them that. Yeah. But it's interesting to see rebellion within an oppressive society. Like even, you know, walking around like Brooklyn and seeing like the Orthodox communities, you see like the younger people will be, you know, they have to, the males often are in like you know, an Oxford shirt and like black pants, but like the teenagers, the young men will wear like skinny jeans, you know, or like a more stylized hat. And it's like, all right, you're pushing the boundaries, you know, of whatever is accepted in your society.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, exactly. That's cute.
Yeah, good for them, I guess. The other thing I found super interesting was like they all have raging soda addictions.
Oh well, that's the thing. I'm like, they can't even have coffee.
That's not healthy. It's not healthy. They have soda bars.
Like you just like a bar.
But like, so I guess you can't get alcohol in like the whole state of Utah, pretty much.
That sounds crazy, but maybe.
Yeah, fact check me on that. But I'm pretty sure like it's like a 3% ABV limit, so you can have like kombucha or something. But
damn, that is a state I have no desire to visit.
So actually, now after seeing it, I want to go.
You do?
Yes, isn't that crazy, girl? Because every establishing shot in the show is just the most gorgeous natural backdrop you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Like, they really pulled one over on us. They just said, Utah is ours?
Yeah.
Pardon me. So there's a really beautiful pink lake that I'm trying to see in Utah. I want to go to Zion National Park. Yeah, I'm not scared of Mormons.
Okay.
I'm running through your state like a Tomb Raider. But yeah, check it out.
Okay. Secret Life of Mormons.
Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Of Mormon wives. Oh, okay. And specifically, it's about the wives. Then.
It is about the wives. It's about their dynamic after the swinging scandal and how they're all trying to like get back together on Mom Talk because it's like kind of their living. It's like their whole life was this TikTok group of Mormons. And so now that the swinging thing happened, they're like, shit, like, how are we going to keep it going? It shook it. It messed up their coin.
I saw a clip of, you know what? Now I don't know if it's Mormons. I thought it was Mormons, and it was a clip of a woman who was like introducing her husband who was outside the Mormon culture to her family. And it was this black guy who looked straight out of Flatbush. He was in like a wife beater and chains.
That's so funny.
Wait, what's the community in Pennsylvania? Amish. You know what? I think that was the Amish people.
Yeah, the Pennsylvania Dutch.
Yes. So shout out to them. They love coffee. That's what I'm confused. That's what I'm thinking of.
Amish love coffee.
They love their coffee because they also can't drink alcohol.
They gotta work though. I'm like, of course you love coffee.
Right, get those barns
all
up.
you do is raise barns.
Yes.
Like, you tired.
Right. Maybe so the Mormons aren't working. They don't even need coffee.
Nah.
Okay.
They don't need it like that. They're chilling. Their
enjoying the view.
Teeth rotting.
Yeah.
From the inside of the skull.
Are
from
they
all
obese too?
I
all that
you.
Soda?
Well, no, because they're probably just like insanely disciplined. You don't really see fat Mormons. I'm sure y'all exist. I'm sorry. Immediately take it
Shout
back.
out to our fat Mormon buffoons.
Shout out to our fat Mormon buffoons if you're out there, but y'all are not depicted on that show at all.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Thank you for the rec, Mona.
Yeah. You know I love to watch me some Caucasian freaks.
Yeah.
It's entertaining.
Yeah, you love that. I learned about it from you. I can't really engage with that.
It's like, I love looking through the looking glass, you know? I'm like, well, it's wild. It's like an anthropological study.
That's fair.
You know?
It is.
It's wild. It's crazy stuff. Have you seen Christina Aguilera's new face?
No. I would love to.
She looks great.
I'm going to look it up while we talk.
Yeah, do it. Do it. It might not be a new face, but it's certainly a revised face.
Refreshed, as they would say.
Refreshed. You know who does have a brand new face, though, is Lindsay Lohan.
Yes, I did see that.
You saw that?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, she
Who
looks
is that?
good.
I'm happy for her.
She got the old face back.
She really did. I don't know how they do that.
You fucked the old body. She got her
Shout
old face
Lilo.
back.
Maybe she stole it from her twin.
Oh.
That she killed after the Parent Trap.
You said that with such a straight face.
She really got me with the Parent Trap. I thought they were twins.
She really did get me too. And honestly, when you rewatch it, you're like, damn, she did a good ass job.
She really did.
For like, small child.
Yeah.
She looks great. I don't know what is going on with plastic surgery these days. I think the era of fillers is over.
Yeah. We're getting out of it.
I think we're getting out of the era of fillers.
Well, it's also like all these women, like the Kardashians, who for so long tried so hard to look like black women and then decided they were over that and are, getting rid of their BBLs, like Miley Cyrus, Ariana Grande, all these people deciding to enter their white eras again.
Oh, yeah.
You see that trend shifting.
Re-entering my Caucasian... Psych!
Exactly.
I was playing y'all.
Yeah. I'm a white woman and I want my white money.
Right? It's my white money and I want it now.
I was thinking about Have you seen the Beetlejuice lip trend on TikTok?
Yeah, ew, it grosses me
It's a little
out.
gross. But so there
Why
are
would you-
all these people with lip fillers, who are like failing, who
they
aren't able
can't
to do
do
it
it
because they don't have the like space.
crinkliness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they're like, I don't know why I'm not doing this right. It's because you have fillers
Yeah.
and you're outing yourself to everybody.
Right? You know who took her fillers out and looked so good?
Oh, who?
Kristen Davis from Sex and the City. Like,
Oh,
her
really?
face used to be like kind of scary, and
Yeah.
she recently took them all out, and I was like, girl, you look amazing.
Right. You look
like,
normal.
middle-aged women are sexy. I'm just gonna say
Grown
it.
and
like,
sexy.
grown and sexy.
Yes.
You know?
Take me out.
Hello.
Big mama.
Yeah, like I'm not on the auntie shit. I'm not with the auntie shit for real. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's a way of like desexualizing older women.
Oh, like calling them aunties?
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's because that's when you're the sexiest. Is like,
Yes.
you know,
Confident.
confident, independent, doing shit on your own terms.
Not messing with a fucking scrub.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No
Like,
dusties,
hopefully.
no musties, no crusties.
They look great.
No busters. Yeah, they look great. But at the same time, I feel like we're in a weird era of emaciation.
Yeah. The pendulum has swung back the other way.
The pendulum has swung back the other way. I think we're out of the era of body positivity.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
You don't think it's left its mark?
Oh, it's left its mark.
Okay.
And I think we have fat activism to thank for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. I think that the Jezebel era, as much as people like to shit on identity politics and
Yeah.
like that era,
Yeah.
it was incredibly helpful in, I think, establishing that there is like just making it clear that there's like a baseline contempt for fat people in our society.
Yeah.
And it's like measurable and material. And sure, we know all of that now, but it's also like the signifiers have kind of like gone back the other way. Like you're saying, like curves aren't in anymore. Like everyone's gotten their BBLs or their like breast implants
Removed,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, removed. And so we see people like, I don't know if you think about like the Charlie XCX video for 360.
Yeah.
And I love a lot of the folks in that video. Like Gabriette is a perfect example of, oh hey, it's like 90s Kate Moss is back.
Yeah.
It's just really thin, white. Eye bags are in.
Why?
I don't know.
These trends confuse me. I mean, I think it's interesting, like you said, from an anthropological point of view to like follow, how these things happen. But eye bags, why? Is it because we're all, overworked under capitalism? I
don't think that, like, I also feel like it's like white women's business.
True, right, exactly. I mean, like, fuck all these trends. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, that never, for some of us, that never changed.
Yeah.
Right.
We've been hyperpigmented.
Yeah. I've been dealing with hyperpigmentation out here, bitch. Like,
yeah.
Now it's cool to not wear concealer? Absolutely not.
And low-rise jeans, I'm sorry. I'm not wearing low-rise jeans.
Low-rise jeans only look good if you don't have an ass.
Yeah.
Like if you got a long back. As
your
Mara
low-rise
would
jeans.
say. Yeah, enjoy your low-rise jeans. One time he said Taylor Swift had a long back and the FBI wound up at his house because Taylor Swift fans are insane.
What? I remember that clip of them saying long. Did they say it at the same time or something
yes,
too?
It was so funny.
I remember that.
Oh my God. No, but like that's, if you look good in a low rise, like I'm so happy for you, but you ain't got no booty.
Yeah, these are the consequences.
Yeah. I mean, I blame Red Scare also of like that, like, I don't know, almost like
Red Scare as in
the podcast of those, those people. I don't, one of them is, I think Dasha and Anna are their names. I don't fucking know. Whatever. The Red Scare biddies who everyone hates.
They're like a right-wing They're like right-wing women.
Yeah, they're reactionaries who like pretend to be, I guess, less reactionary than they actually are, or don't see like a problem with being racist. Like they're like racist communists,
Edgy.
I guess. Yeah, edgy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you have an eating disorder.
Right.
What? That's so crazy. So, and yeah, it's like that. It's all that bullshit. Like saying the R word is back. Again, it's like the end of identity politics. It's like literally swung back the other way, where I've just noticed people dropping the R word.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really disappointing.
And not like little kids.
Yeah.
And so I'm honestly at a loss with that shit.
We can make up new words, y'all.
It sucks.
And
you guys suck.
Just stop
Grow up.
being mean to people.
Literally grow the fuck up.
Man, if I heard someone say the R word, I actually would think they were a fucking loser.
You are a loser if you say that. I do like that cigarettes are back, low key.
Why? Do you smoke cigarettes?
Hell no, I don't.
What do you mean you like that they're back?
I just like how they look. They're so much less. I feel like vaping is corny.
It is. That's true, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want everyone to get sick and die. You shouldn't smoke.
Every time I see cigarettes, all I can think about is how everything is going to smell like cigarettes now.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm also like, I'm mad confrontational. If someone's smoking a cigarette and I'm out and they're like close to me, I'll be like, oh my God, hey, like I'm really sensitive to cigarette smoke. Can you smoke that somewhere else?
Yeah.
I will. I don't give a fuck. Get away from me.
Of course. I feel like that wouldn't work in other parts of the world, but I'm glad you live here.
The key is when you're asking someone to do something is to seem so nice about it. Because then it's like, okay, well, if I'm being nice, you have to be nice too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's like de-escalating.
Yeah, it's like Zoolander.
Exactly.
It's called the black
Like,
lung.
I'm so sorry, I have asthma and like weak lungs. Can you do that away from me?
Bitch.
And I'm also like itching for a fight anyway.
You know what?
But let
give
me
me a
act
reason.
like you caused it.
Give
You
me a
know?
reason.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Which is funny because I don't mind weed smoke at all. I'm like, you
Of course
blow that
not.
in my face all
Give
day.
me some.
Delicious.
Pass that.
Delicious.
And I agree. That I think is beautiful.
Yeah. But it's that formaldehyde, dog. Like,
Yeah.
they just look so glam, though. Like, so glam. You ever watch an old movie?
Yeah.
And you're just like, the way people smoke cigarettes is so sexy.
It is, but again, especially if it's indoors, I'm like, no, you ruined the whole vibe. Like, now that place is gonna smoke. It smell like smoke. I just watched In the Mood for Love.
I literally, that's what I was
Are you
thinking.
serious?
Yes, when you said that.
I love you.
Because the lighting in that movie, like
Gorgeous.
the cigarette smoke curling up, all the
That
like
is
the
beautiful.
moody reds.
That is, I will give it to you. But again, I really was like, no, it's gonna stink in there. Like, y'all,
it smell bad.
all these gorgeous clothes are gonna stink of
all
cigarette smoke.
Oh, yeah.
All those amazing outfits.
Her silks.
I gotta watch that movie again though, because I made the mistake of watching it high, and I was like, wait, what's happening?
I'm dead.
And subtitles. Now
It's
I gotta
the
read.
most subtle movie of
I
all
know
time.
it is. Every 5 minutes, I was like, wait, who is that?
It's sad.
Like, I enjoyed it. It was beautiful still.
It's the kind of movie that after it, you just like sigh and like look
Yeah.
out the window.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so
exactly.
romantic.
It
It's so
is.
romantic.
Got me in the mood for love.
But yeah, they love cigarettes over there.
And I feel like, you know, talking about the return of emaciation, like that goes hand in hand with cigarettes in a way.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
I feel like a lot of people, like
It's everything
take
is
up with cigarettes, suppress their appetite.
everything is like a cyclical trend. Like there's no new ideas. Like, and it's literally on a clock.
Yeah.
That's the
It's
other
all a
really
reboot.
weird thing is like it's literally like on a clock.
You would hope though, I feel like, I don't know, it's tough because I'm looking at everything under the guise of like, under the context of like white supremacy.
Yeah.
And I feel like the like 90s, early 2000s, like Coke chic, really skinny look that was in, like was obviously very, you know, catered to the natural bodies of a lot of white women. And even though the swing towards, more recently, like a more curvy look, the BBLs, like is taken from the image of a black woman.
Beyonce.
Yes, Beyonce, so many black women. But it still isn't, not that it gave black women, the respect they deserved.
Oh, no.
In fact, it was like the Kardashians who were upheld as the standard at that point, even though they were taking all of their,
Oh, it's trashy if it's on a black woman.
Yeah. And so for it to swing back the other way now is just like, it feels like a further slide into white supremacy.
And how dehumanizing is that, though? Even just to think about it from like a gendered perspective.
Yeah.
How wild is that bodies go in and out of vogue?
Yep.
I mean, it's always been like that since like the beginning of time.
It's true.
And
also when you think about like how much of most of America isn't skinny.
Oh, the vast majority of America is plus size.
Yeah.
I think 60%.
And they're, it's just sad. Everyone's just trying to sell you some way to lose weight and look thin.
Yeah. It's the Ozempic era.
Oh yes. And then Ozempic too. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
I know. At least cocaine is fun. Like Ozempic, you're just shitting your brains out.
Right. Macy Gray got sent to the hospital for being on Ozempic. She was saying some bullshit too. Not that she deserves to be sent to the hospital.
I do remember she said some bullshit and I blocked it out.
Right.
Right. I was like, I don't need to know.
Something either racist or
keep that to yourself.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let me enjoy your songs from a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah. That's too bad. Well, being fat will always be cool to us.
Being fat is always going to be sexy.
It's sexy.
It's just sexy.
It really is. Like, that's the thing. And I feel like I had to unlearn fat phobia, too, just like all of us, just being raised in a society.
Oh, yeah.
But once you are released from those shackles, you're like, damn.
It's weird to get, like, conflicting messages about that, too, because I don't know if Tamil culture is like this, but Africans will be like, oh, neck rolls are attractive. Like, being fat is, like, a sign of beauty. But then will immediately undercut themselves and be like, no, but you can't be, like, too fat.
Yeah, totally.
So it's
your body is definitely, like, policed a lot by society. Like, it'll be the first thing, aunties and uncles feel entitled to comment on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is pretty gross.
It's universal.
Yeah.
Shout out to everyone who has a body.
Yes. We love you and your body.
You're doing great, sweetie. You're doing great. Should we do our little story roundup?
Yeah, let's do it.
Bufu or boo boo?
So our story roundup, where we'll share some stories with each other, some news that we want to chat about and decide if it's bufu and we love it or if it's boo boo and it's trash.
Yeah. Boo boo.
That shit is boo boo.
Word boo. So
what'd you call him? Enemy of the pod, Eric Adams.
Of the pod.
I mean, boo boo for life.
Boo boo for life.
Let's just say.
Yeah.
But what is boo-foo about this boo-boo administration is the way they're all falling right now.
Oh, yeah.
One by one.
House of cards.
Mm-hmm. So what's going on?
Uh-huh. My first instinct is just to go Nelson Muntz.
I hope so. Take them all down.
Well, he's in the middle of his second probe now. So there was the campaign finance thing from like 2021, but this is a new thing where they've seized everybody's phones.
Everybody going down.
Everybody going down.
And we don't know too much yet about what's on those phones.
That's true. This is all. They're not talking about it because it's an ongoing investigation.
It's like the police commissioner, head of education,
Edward Caban.
Yeah. I assume just like corruption, deep corruption, everybody getting paid for bullshit, you know.
What if it's like zesty corruption?
Ooh, that'd be fun.
That would be fun. You think they got it in them?
It's hard to say, you know. I mean, I feel like especially everyone Eric Adams like surrounds himself with is someone who just wants power and wants something from him, and he's happy to give that to them.
They're also like losers in like a very New York sense.
He's such a loser. Yes.
Like,
he really, even though like Trump is also from New York, like he's our Trump too. Just saying whatever,
we got
lying
Donald
about
Trump
whatever.
at home.
talking about being a vegan, eating fish in front of our eyes.
Eating branzino.
First of all, he doesn't even live in New York. I mean, maybe he does now, but he was definitely living in New Jersey.
Jersey. Yeah.
Go back to Jersey, Eric Adams.
Boo.
But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see what comes out on these phones. Stay tuned. We'll definitely.
He surrounded himself with like assholes, and so you know what he says. He says, and this is a quote. Quote, "I'm perfectly imperfect."
Come on, Taylor Swift.
Right?
When
Come
is he
on, folklore.
dropping? Yes. And we have to accept him as he is. He's perfectly imperfect.
Come on, Ruby Core.
What the hell does that even mean? Like, who does he think he is?
A Tumblr poet,
yes,
circa
for
2013. This nigga.
Well, he's a loser.
Such a loser.
And more, upsetting things that he's doing. That is boo-boo. This shit is about to be boo-boo. I'm sharing a boo-boo story with you. There are all these like civilian enforcement agencies in New York. And now a lot of them are about to be led by the NYPD.
Yeah, so essentially the NYPD is expanding into civilian agencies like the Parks and Rec Department, training them up on their, brutal policies and arming them.
So PEP officers are essentially parks police, and if there's like a protest, which often can be in a park, or like vendors selling things in parks, they're the ones that are harassing the hell out of protesters or vendors and like shutting that down. And they can be already violent, and so now they're about to be trained by these violent bullies in the NYPD. It's about to be pretty scary.
Yeah, so City Hall is moving to embed NYPD members into other city agencies, even as the police commissioner and other top officials in the administration of Mayor Adams are under scrutiny by federal law enforcement. So that should really scare you. Like the idea of the NYPD infiltrating other agencies across the city, militarizing other agencies across the city,
including homeless services, environmental protection, health and mental hygiene. Already now that being homeless in general is criminalized. It's about to be pretty. It's already scary. We live in a police state in New York, increasingly so every day. We also, this week experienced police shooting at someone who jumped a turnstile to get onto the train, and so for less than $2.90, the police shot 4 people, including another cop, leaving at least one person with brain damage, can't walk. And then they're also just like lying about everything that happened.
Well, of course. Mayor Adams thanked them.
Yeah.
Imagine being the cop that got shot in that situation. Like your colleague shot you.
And no one's going to be held accountable.
And the mayor said, thank you for shooting him.
Right, exactly.
Thank you very much. Like, I'm sitting there like, damn.
I wonder if that's even going to be a wake-up call for anybody.
I would quit if I was that guy.
Yeah, it's also so upsetting.
If you're listening, guy who got shot, quit your job.
It's also, like, part of the reason is that, like, there are few other jobs that are paying as well. That are as recruiting as hard as the police right now.
Does it pay well?
Well enough, yeah. And especially being like I see every other subway ad is for like join the corrections officer team.
That's true. I do. They are recruiting for COs,
they
especially.
Are. Yeah, and they can make up to like 100,000 in 5 years. Yeah, I mean, especially when it's just hard to get a job in general. The police are always hiring. Ugh. And unfortunately, any fucking idiot can be a police officer. And this whole thing really, the worst part, or not the worst part, there's so many bad parts, but it feels like it was so inevitable, unfortunately. Yeah, there are police bored as hell on every subway station, doing nothing. Yeah, people aren't paying the fare because people are broke. It's not like these trains are running on time anyway. The MTA is actually like...
As we said in our pilot, it should be free.
It should be free. It's public transit. Millions of people take it every day. It's just criminalizing poverty. And then for all these police officers to just be bored on the platform with nothing else to do, yeah, they're going to chase after you. I have so many clients that are arrested for, they jumped a turnstile, they were searched, and found something was found on them, and then they were arrested.
Yeah. There's like a cascade effect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On top of,
forget if you're undocumented or
Right.
already known to police or what have you.
And then the violence that happens during the arrest as well.
Yeah. But they also stereotype people in terms of like who they choose to give a ticket and who they choose to arrest.
100%.
Because I've never been like I've got a ticket before.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just feel like they absolutely choose young black and brown people
100%.
to violently arrest.
And even the language they're saying about this guy who jumped the turnstile that they were shooting after, they were like, oh, he had so many charges out for him. Like, we arrested a lifelong criminal. You stereotyped him to arrest him and then search all that up and then justify why you arrested him and shot at him. Cops lie.
Cops lie. Have we learned nothing from the last decade, you guys? If you learned anything from Black Lives Matter, it's that cops lie routinely.
Mm-hmm. I know. I literally, half of my job is debunking cop lies. Mm-hmm. And they also just lie so stupidly is the other thing. Mm-hmm. Because they can get away, with lying for whatever.
Right.
There's no real consequences or accountability.
Fuck 12.
Fuck them. So that's real boo-boo.
Real boo-boo.
So keep an eye out. If you have an unlimited Metro card, swipe your fellow MTA riders in.
Yes.
Hold doors open for people.
Hold the
we gotta look out for each other out there.
Okay. Last boo-foo or boo-boo.
Okay.
Ellen DeGeneres has a new special.
Oh my God.
And boo-boo. Are these all boo-boo? It's straight boo-boo.
Straight boo-boo.
Straight boo-boo today. Ooh. So in this new special, I saw this headline. She makes a joke about how she, quote, got kicked out of show business.
How dare they?
First of all, stop biting Dave Chappelle.
Wow. Yeah.
Not even original, girl. Mm-mm. She's so heterosexual. She continues to amaze me.
She is. How dare they hold me accountable to my actions?
Oh no. How dare they? I treated my employees like slaves.
Right.
Oh no.
You can't dance your way out of this, Ellen.
Bitch. Yeah. No one's gonna watch it, obviously, but it's kind of just like another thing where you watch someone you at some point admired just kind of like ossify into a sad, disgusting version of themselves.
Yeah.
That's the period, that's the punctuation mark on the end of your career.
Enjoy that legacy.
I feel like being rich is a disease. Like, I think it actually like fucks up your brain.
Yeah. And fame too. I mean, what's her name? Chapel Roan is like, I'm clinically depressed.
Oh, she said severe.
Severe, yeah.
Severe is, that's a word.
Her rise to fame, I mean, was so
instant.
Rapid. Yeah,
because she had been out there for a minute.
Yeah. And also she's clearly such a like real person in real community with people.
Yeah.
So I hope she's doing okay. But like that shit is real.
It's so real. It's a prison.
And that's what Beyonce just said.
Beyonce said fame is a prison?
Yeah. She said that in her GQ interview. Oh. Someone was asking, it just came out a few weeks ago. They were asking her like, do you think your perfectionism is a prison? And she was like, no, I'm creating the art that I want to create. The real prison is fame.
Ooh.
And she's like, when I don't pop out to red carpets, that's why.
Beyonce Giselle.
Yeah. I've been thinking about, so Demi Lovato's documentary has just come out about being, fame as a child star. And she was like, the common thread in all these people I interviewed is disassociation.
Yeah.
She was like, all of us have like periods of our career that we don't even remember.
Frankie Muniz.
Yeah. So sad.
Well, that was, I think, a brain injury, but still.
Sure. Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't remember making Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, man.
Like, at all, which is crazy.
It's crazy. I mean, it's like way too much, like, just to make a child work in general, you know, isn't right no matter how you swing it.
No.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I would never, ever let a child of mine work before they turned 18 years old.
Yeah. And let alone, like, carry the family.
I gotta stop making that noise. I'm so sorry.
Let it out.
My tuts.
And now it's time for a fun segment called Buffoonery of the Month.
Buffoonery of the month.
So, Mona, what buffoonery did you get into?
Well. The buffoonery I got into. I left my first bad Yelp review / Google review.
Wow. I'm actually surprised that it took you this long to write a bad one.
I mean, I never gave enough of a shit.
Gotcha.
Like, you really have to be tight.
It's true.
To sit down and write a 1-star review.
Yeah.
And I was tight. Mm-hmm. When I tell you I was tight. And so the review, let's back up here a little bit. The review was of a braiding salon.
Okay.
So I recently broke up with my braider.
Oh.
I'm not going to trash her by name on the podcast.
Okay.
But I'd had just one too many negative experiences. And the last negative experience, she butchered my hair. Oh. One of her stylists butchered my hair. And then, and when I tell you butchered, I'm like, the part was way off. Like, I attached a picture to the review and...
Oh, my God.
Yeah, the picture's bad.
Damn.
I know. She shouldn't have sent me home.
Yeah.
So I left with the bad part. I didn't notice. I was very tired. I came back. I was like, look at this. Please fix it or refund me my money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not paying for this.
Yeah.
She tries to gaslight me into thinking that because I left, I liked you. She was like, you liked it before. What are you talking about?
Well, I was sitting there for like 4 or 5 hours.
Like, I was out of it by the end of it. I should have noticed, but I didn't because, you know, I'd been there before and I assumed you'd be competent.
Yeah.
But no. And so this is actually not even the first straw. Like, before this happened, I had sent my friend Amber to get her hair done there.
I remember that, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
For the Renaissance concert. And I was really excited to, like, treat my friend. They butchered her hair. It was so embarrassing.
What did they, like, how?
The lady just didn't know how to braid. And I'm like, you can't train people on an unsuspecting person's head.
Yeah.
You know, she really just, the parts were uneven. The braid was like different thickness from the, you know, throughout.
What?
It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And so she said, oh, I'll give you a discount the next time you come in. I said, okay. That discount never came.
Wow.
Yeah, that discount never came. And so then when this final thing happened with the bad part, and she tried to gaslight me into thinking like, oh, hey, you were happy with it before. Mm-hmm. Like, why'd you leave? Da-da-da. She's like, oh, I'll take the whole thing out for you if you want. And I'm like, as if I'm trying to rip you off?
Yeah.
Fix it.
Yeah.
Fix it now, Jesus.
Yeah.
And so I went home again. She didn't give me a time. She's like, we'll fix it. I don't know. You're going to have to come back later. Doesn't give me a time. I leave again. I go home. I send her a picture of my hair and how bad it is. Like, I don't even say anything. I just sent her the picture. And I guess she saw the review flash before her eyes.
As she should.
Because she immediately texts me back. Is like, come back, come back, come back. So I go back and she fixes it. And they almost fuck it up again. They have stink face the whole time.
Oh my God. The whole 5 hours?
It wasn't 5 hours. They just had to fix part of it.
Okay, gotcha.
But they had an attitude the entire time. They acted like I was trying to rip them off. Meanwhile, I've given them hundreds of my dollars over the years. You know, it's a Black-owned business. Yeah. I'm trying to support a Black-owned business with my Black-earned dollars. Mm-hmm. Okay?
From your Black job.
My Black job. But, you know, it's like braiding used to be like, I don't know, it used to be more intimate, more personal. Yeah. Like you build a relationship with a braider. I don't know, you assume good faith if someone's been loyal to you as a customer over the years. And hair is very personal.
Of course. And spiritual.
And spiritual. I'm a good tipper.
Yeah.
You know, I've been loyal. And something about the way that she kind of like acted like I was trying to get one over on her just really, really rubbed me the wrong way.
Yeah.
And so I was heated. I sat my ass down. I was like, I actually waited a month. I sat on it for like a month.
Okay.
I was like, let me see if I'm still this mad.
Wow.
Because, you know, I really don't want to shit on a black woman's business. But then it's like, I don't play with my money.
Yeah.
You play with my coin, I'm going to play right back with your coin.
And also, like, you're leaving a review for people, like, this really happened to you.
It really happened to me.
And you want to warn other people who might experience this again. I don't want you to waste
your money.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, my beautiful African queens. You know, save your coins.
And time. I mean, they wasted your time.
Wasted my time. So, shout out to my new braider. I just got my hair done.
Yes, and it looks amazing.
Thank you. I finally did the boho braid thing that I've been trying to avoid it.
Why?
I don't know. I just think I want to be special.
Okay, I feel
like
you. But it just looks so good.
It does look fucking good. I'm like,
amazing.
It's giving mermaid. I love it. I really love it.
Are these also goddess braids? Or is that something else?
I think it depends, like, how much human hair you add.
Okay.
Boho versus goddess.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah. I didn't want full human, like too much human hair, because I just see how tangled it gets. It's already very tangly, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my buffoonery.
That's some buffoonery.
Of the month. Child. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. That's too bad. It's like a heartbreak, you know? You're like,
it did feel, I mean, it was a breakup.
Yeah.
It was a breakup. And I had to put my ex on blast.
Yeah, you did.
I really did.
Well,
play with my money.
Exactly.
Play with my money again.
And you are now released to go find someone who's actually a better fit for you.
And I love my new person.
Awesome.
I really do. She's in Bed-Stuy. She's great. Another black-owned business.
There you go.
That's, you know? So, anyways.
Thank you for that buffoonery, Mana.
Yeah. Happy to share my buffoonery of the month. And I think that's our show, guys.
Thank you, buffoons, for tuning in.
Thank you so much for tuning in, buffoons. You know where to find us on social media. We are at BUFUOOPod on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Patreon.
And wherever you are listening to this podcast, if it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, please rate, review, and subscribe. And especially if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please leave us a review. It helps people find our show. It promotes us, you know, in the algorithm. And we appreciate you.
That's right. Thank you for tuning in, buffoons, and we'll see you next time.